everybody, Nate Lee here, and I want to show you the coolest tremolo. Also, I'm using a different camera, if you didn't notice. I'm not actually sure what it's going to look like. I used this camera to make my Lesson Business Blueprint course, and released that a couple of years ago, put the camera away, and then moved across the country. And so I haven't adjusted the settings or anything. I had a video studio set up in my garage back in Nashville with this camera in it, and it was set up for, oh gosh, at least 6 months. I spent a lot of hours out there with this camera and then put it away. So I haven't messed with the settings or anything. Hopefully the settings look good, but if they don't, they'll look better next week, I think. But I'm pretty excited to have the camera back out. I've been using my MacBook Pro camera and it's fine, but it's, you know, not as good as I would like it to be. I'd like for you all to have clearer picture. But most of you are here watching to learn about tremolo. So I'm going to tell you about the coolest tremolo. So this type of tremolo is covered some in my video, The Prime Factors of Tremolo. And we'll put a link to that somewhere around here. We'll put a link to that and go and check that out. It talks about the mechanics of what I'm doing. But the subject of today's video is how to make that sound. So you might use it in like a... something like that. Tremolo is the only time I ever find myself touching down, by the way. I know somebody's going to ask about that. I'm having trouble looking at the camera. I'm used to it being like over here. I feel like I'm not looking at anybody. We'll work on it. Anyway, I know that people are going to ask about the putting fingers down. I only ever do this when I'm playing tremolo. It's not wrong for you to do it, and I don't do it the whole time, all the time, but it is something I find myself doing. Let me know if you want to cover some more aspects of types of right-hand technique. I'll probably end up doing that at some point, but if you want that bumped up the list, let me know down in the comments. So anyway, you hear it in all kinds of contexts. One of them is my song Serenity that was on my 2020 album Wings of a Jetliner. And it goes... like that. And all I'm doing, other than tremolo technique, all I'm doing is playing over the frets. I'm doing all the same stuff I would do if I were playing tremolo back here. But as you may be able to hear, it's a very different sound when I'm back here. I'm doing all the same stuff up here, and there's a completely different sound. Let's just compare this. Up over the frets, back here. And then in the middle. And the difference is that as soon as you get up over the frets, the sound starts to get very warm, and it's really, really nice when you play up there. There's nothing wrong with tremolo back here, but this one up above the frets is just so warm and nice. And what we're doing is we're going right above the frets, about at the 15th or 16th fret. So on most mandolins, that dot the farthest up is your 15th fret, and it's going to go to the 15th or the 16th fret in that general area. You put your pick up there. Don't worry if it touches the fingerboard. There's actually an advantage up here, which is you can't dig too deep with your pick. If you're right over the frets, there's nowhere for the pick to go. But don't worry if it touches, it's going to. And don't worry if you hear some clicking sounds, that's totally fine. It's really part of the overall charm of this type of a tremolo. It just makes it, I think, even more multi-dimensional compared to a normal tremolo played back here. So you get up over the frets. And don't worry about playing loud, but do keep a nice wide sweep to your stroke. We don't want to do tiny little tremolo strokes. We want to make nice wide sweeps. By the way, while I've got you here, I have a new mandolin online live online workshop coming up. It's called Be a Mandolin Kickoff Hero. And it's named that because in jam sessions, people typically have a problem where nobody knows how to kick off the song. So a song's going to start and everybody's looking around like, can you start it? Can you start it? No, I can't. It's a demoralizing thing. And some jams have a hero of the jam who can do it, and some don't. And you can be that person. So if you take my class, you can learn to do a variety of different kickoffs. It's going to fit all kinds of situations, but it's going to be a very manageable repertoire as well. So you're not going to have to spend a million hours to be able to kick off songs. You'll be able to kick off some things right away, and it's going to be applicable to all kinds of situations. So make sure to check that out. We will be covering some tremolo like this in the class with some specific kickoffs. Anyway, back to your originally scheduled programming. We're doing the coolest tremolo. And the reason I think this is the coolest tremolo is because there's a lot of depth to the tone. It's a little bit tubby in a real nice way. Sounds a little like it's at the bottom of a well. A little reverby. It keeps your pick from digging too deep, which means it's easy to play a very effortless tremolo up here. And it just sounds cool. And it's something that all of the legendary players do. If you listen closely and if you watch them on videos, you're going to see these legendary players come up over the frets. Not always, but quite frequently you're going to hear that. And it just gives it this sound that I can't get enough of. Well, I should probably stop just playing tremolo over and over, but it really is a simple thing that you can do. You just, instead of playing here, you play here. And that's it. You can do it. At some point, your left hand's going to catch up with your right, by the way. And I just go ahead and let them be very close, but you can back off at that point if you want to. So everybody, try this. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested to know if you've tried it, if this is something you'd like. Maybe you don't like the sound. Maybe you really like a more traditional sort of more of a brittle sort of a tremolo. This is not the only way to tremolo. There's a whole lot of ways to express yourself in tremolo, and there's not a right and wrong way. But let me know what you think. Give it a try. I'd love to know. Sign up for my class. It starts March 29th, and that is a holiday, but it will be recorded. So if you're going to be doing stuff with your family, well, I mean, some of you, if you're doing stuff with your family, you're looking for somewhere to go for an hour. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern, right about the time you'll be sick of everybody. But for those of you who are going to be hanging out with your family or whatever at work, whatever it is, all the sessions will be recorded and you'll get a copy of them to keep forever. So the link is down below. I hope you'll come check it out. Also, let me know what other stuff you'd like me to cover on this channel. And of course, like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm and the Facebook algorithm too, to a lesser degree. I've been focusing on the YouTube a lot more lately. All right, everybody, try this tremolo. Can't wait to hear what you think.